Does it feel like your med spa has hit a wall no matter how many ads you run or how many special offers you offer? Before you guys try to pour more money into marketing, throw more money at the problem only to waste more money, you need to figure out exactly what is causing you to feel stuck in your business. Today, I'm going to ensure that you leave this video with that exact clarity so you know what's stopping you from growing your business. You could do exactly that, fix that constraint, and we'll talk about what comes next. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Rashawn R. I am the founder of MediLaunch. We help med spa owners generate booked appointments on autopilot, increase their profit, and turn their business into an asset that they can work on instead of work for. So if that sounds like you, strap in. We're going to go over a couple things, and I'm excited for you guys to get the value. If you feel like your med spa is stuck, it has to be something here. Okay, no, I'm talking at a below 100K per month level, guys. This is like 0 to 100K per month. If you feel like you're stuck and you can't hit that next level, maybe you're at 10K looking to get to 20, maybe you're at 50 looking to get to 100. If your business feels stuck, it's probably one of these things. Okay, so let's go over what it is. There are 6 KPIs I want you guys to understand. One is lead costs, right? First of all, you need to get leads, okay? So if you're not getting leads, that's not what this video is for. Like, obviously, you should be getting leads, whether it's doing marketing on your own or using a company like MediLaunch to just have it all done for you. You should be getting leads, okay? So the first KPI you want to be measuring is like, what's my lead costs, right? The second KPI, as you guys can see here, is going to be, what is my outbound call connection rate? Now, this is a metric that I find a lot of people don't track. I often find that it's that question mark where they're getting a bunch of leads, but they're not getting a bunch of appointments. And when you dive in further, it's because none of the leads are actually picking up the phone, but at what rate, right? So the outbound call connection rate is essentially, I got 10 leads, I called 10, only one answered, I have a 10% connection rate, essentially, right? Now, the third KPI is essentially, out of all the leads I generate, how many of those actually turn into appointments? The fourth is, I now have the appointments, are they showing up? And the fifth is, okay, now they're showing up to the clinic, but are they actually closing? All right. And if they are closing, the last thing is, what are they closing for? Am I only closing $99 facials, or am I closing $2,000 memberships? Right. All 6 of these things are very, very important. Okay. And if your business is stuck, it's probably because one of these 6 are in the red. Okay. You either not get enough leads, you can't connect with them, you can't book them when you do connect with them. When you do book them, they're not showing up. And when they are showing up, you can't actually get a yes. And if you do get a yes, you aren't closing them for a high enough ticket sell value. I promise you guys, if you have all 6 of these things figured out, then there's no way for you to be stuck, because if all of those things are working in unison, the next constraint that is actually created is that you have so many leads, so many appointments closing that you actually just need team members to fulfill. So what you need to do is you need to sit down with yourself right now and you need to figure out, what is it in my business that is causing me to feel stuck? I've already given you the 6. You just need to pick one. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, I don't know. Well, that's very bad. Okay. In our program, we actually give our med spa owners a dashboard. We call it the MediLaunch dashboard. And you want to have something like this where every month of the year, you can essentially see how much money you spent on ads, how many leads you receive, what's your cost per lead, how much cash did you collect in the consults, but how much revenue did you create from the consult? And we also give our med spa owners a dashboard to track all of the sales data in which we just talked about, so that they're able to pinpoint month on month on month which one of these KPIs is in the red. Because without tracking the data, you'll never know what needs to be improved. You'll always be stuck because you're like, maybe it's lead cost, maybe it's booking rate, maybe it's connection rate. But if you're not tracking it and you have no way of tracking it, then you have no way of improving upon it. Okay. So you must have some type of dashboard that you can track the data, or just some type of back of napkin math. If you're not in the MediLaunch program, then of course, how do you figure it out? Well, think of it simply as this. You're probably running marketing right now. You're spending $500. Let's say you're boosting ads on Instagram, which you should not be doing, but let's just say you are. You're spending $500 on boosted ads, and you got, 10 conversations out of that. Technically, that would be 10 leads, right? So your cost per lead would be $50. So on that spreadsheet, if our goal cost per lead is $10, you're now 5x of where you should be. You're at 50, when most Metspa owners should be at 10. So you don't need to go, here and say, oh, well, let's look at 1 through 6. You've already identified that number 1 for you is a problem. That's why you're stuck, right? It's your cost per lead is just way too high, right? And if you're not even getting leads to even start boiling down all these things, then that's your problem and why you're stuck. So figure out what the main constraint is in your business and put all of your resources to solving that constraint. Because when you solve the lead constraint, you need to solve the lead cost constraint, so on down the line until you need to solve the I need more team members constraint. And then guys, guess what? It never stops. The fun thing about business and the cool thing about business is eventually you'll get to I have a bunch of team members and now I need to solve the management constraint. How do I find managers to manage the team? If it's low connection rate for you, adjust the call times. If it's low show rates, add a deposit. If it's low close rate, it's time for you to reach out to someone like MediLaunch, get sales training. Maybe that little guru course you took is not working out and you need some hardcore sales training. Not saying that you do, but that's just an example of what you could do to increase your close rate. At the end of it, it's kind of like, how bad do you want it, guys? I put that there because I just wanted to remind myself to say, sometimes you guys know the constraint. You know what's stopping you. You don't get enough leads, or you do get enough leads, but you don't get enough booked appointments because you actually don't want to call leads, right? Or you don't want to employ someone to call the leads. You know what your constraint is and you just don't want it bad enough. Once you figure it out, you got to ask yourself, like, why am I not solving the problem, right? And why am I not solving it as quickly as possible? Because if this is the one thing that's keeping my business stuck, which is causing me not to make money, which is affecting my family because I can't provide for them, then why wouldn't you want to put all your resources and effort to solving that constraint? So, just a little bit of the mindset of that, like, figure out your constraint, go all in on it. How bad do you want it? If you want it bad enough, you'll solve all the constraints and you'll make a bunch of money. These are the things that we talk about in our MediLaunch coaching program with our Metspa owners. We give them the resources, not saying that you need to work with MediLaunch to get to 10K, get to 100K. Those are the things that we do. But guys, like, if you take my advice and you actually do the work, then, without me, you could scale. Obviously, with some of my insights, we can help you scale faster. Other than that, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, got a lot of value. Quick side note, guys, if you are a Metspa owner looking to scale your business to 100K per month, increase profits, or just create an asset that runs on its own that you can maybe one day sell or pass down to someone else, you should definitely click the link in our bio, join our MediLaunch program where we're helping hundreds of Metspa owners do the exact same thing right now. I would love to see you guys on the other side.